بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome back, my dear students, in today's English lesson. But what are we going to do in this lesson? Let's take a look. So we are still in unit 5. Is there any ice cream? And today's lesson is going to be reading. But before we start with the lesson, let's check at the previous homework. What were you asked to do and what did you do about it? So you were asked to write a conversation to order a meal from Sarah's kitchen. Then record the conversation. As you can see here, I did put the picture of the menu, right? You can see appetizers, salads, main courses, desserts, and beverages. You were asked to choose any of these to order a meal. Now, let's see an example of this. So here, a conversation between a waiter and the customer. So let's hear the conversation and look at the questions and the answers.
Are you ready to order?
Yes. I'll have a piece of the apple pie and a cup of coffee.
Anything else, ma'am?
No, thanks.
So, what was the question? Are you ready to order? Then the customer ordered what they want from the meal, right? Yes, I'll have. That means I will take from the menu a piece of the apple pie and a cup of coffee. But what did the waiter say here next? The waiter said, anything else, ma'am? Why are we using the word ma'am? Is the customer's name ma'am? No, because the customer is a stranger and the customer is a female and looks like an older female. That's why using the word ma'am is the polite way to address this person. So the customer said, no, thanks. So also thanks, it's the polite way to respond if the answer is no. Now, let's take a look at today's lesson and let's check the map. So we're done with all of these things. Today we are going to have a reading lesson. But before we start, so actually by the end of this lesson, you will be able to answer questions about a given text and you are going to list international food from the text. Now, let's take a look here. I want you to take a look at these 4 pictures. What do you know about international food? Let's take a look at these pictures. So in the first picture, what can you see here? Looks like a family sitting on the table and they are eating Indian food. So when I say ethnic food, you can connect the ideas of ethnic food, that means international food, food that are famous in certain places. So do you remember in Sarah's kitchen menu when we saw steak Argentina style and fish Japanese style? So these are ethnic food. Now, let's take a look at the next picture. What can you see here? What kind of food can you see in the next picture? Is it Indian food? I don't think so. So, what is this? This is sushi. It's very famous in Japan, right? That means this is Japanese food. But, so this is Indian food from India. This is Japanese food from Japan. How about the pizza? We know that originally pizza is from Italy, right? Now, is pizza, can you eat pizza only in Italy? No, you can have pizza anywhere you like. How about burgers and fries? Where can you get burgers and fries if you want? Do you have to travel somewhere to have it? No. That's why these, the pizza and the burger, it's international food now. That means you can have it anywhere you like. Actually, all of the food you can have it anywhere. But it's not for a certain place. It's not ethnic food. Unlike the sushi, it is ethnic food. It's Japanese food. And these Indian dishes. So it's originally from India, right? Now, but how about international food? What kind of food can we call international and what kind of food can we call ethnic food? Now, let's take a look. So in today's reading lesson, you have this text. What is the title of this text? Globalization of food. What's the meaning of globalization? So now that we are going to start reading, I want you to underline the words that you don't know its meaning. So you can find the meaning from the context And if you didn't know the meaning from the context, you can look for the meaning later. Now, let's start with the first part here. Let's take a look at this picture. What can you see? You can see food, right? But is it food for a certain country? Now, let's read here and know more about international food.
International fast food chains are becoming more and more popular everywhere. You can have burgers, sandwiches, pizza, ice cream, coffee, and soft drinks in restaurants in the Americas, Europe, and Asia.
Now, what is the question for this part? What are some foods you can have in restaurants all over the world? If you have it from all over the world, that means it's international food. So, what's the answer for this question? Can you find the international food here from this text? So, the answer is burgers, sandwiches, pizza, ice cream, coffee, and soft drinks. It's not for a certain country, it's international food. Now, let's take a look here. So I did change the color of the places with green, and I changed the color of the food. I did to blue. So the places and the countries, it's green, and the food is blue. So when you're reading this part, you can find which ones are international and where is it from. Now let's take a look here. So what is the question that we have for this part? Is pizza similar in Italy and in New York? Now we want to read this part and find the answer for this question.
In general, pizza in New York tastes more or less like a pizza in Italy or Hong Kong. However, there are some changes in the food according to the tastes and culture of the different countries. For example, in Japan, you can get a shrimp burger at McDonald's. And in case A, the macarabia sandwich with chicken or beef is very popular.
Now, so what is the answer for this question? Is pizza similar in Italy and New York? So the answer is yes, more or less, right? Here, look at the first part. Pizza in New York tastes more or less like a pizza in Italy. Now, take a look here. We have New York, Italy, Hong Kong, Japan, and KSA. All of these are places. But what is the meaning of KSA? KSA is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now, let's take a look. So at this part here, there are some changes in food according to taste and culture, according to two factors that can be different in different countries. So these factors can change food in certain countries. What are these factors? So the tastes and cultures. Now, what is an example for this? It's this here. In Japan, you can get a shrimp burger. A shrimp burger. So it's famous in Japan, but not famous in other parts of the world. Now, how about in KSA? In KSA, there's Mac Arabia, which is a sandwich with chicken or beef. So Mac Arabia, it's famous in the KSA or in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And in Japan, they have a shrimp burger. It's famous there. Now, why is there any, why these are, why it's not common in both of these countries? Why there's no shrimp burger in KSA and there is no Mac Arabia in Japan? According to two things. What is it? Actually, the culture and the taste that can make these changes in food around the world. Now, let's take a look here. So, here's the next part. I have a question for you. Let's find the answer for this question. What is the most popular soft drink in Peru? Peru, it's a name of a place. So what is the most popular soft drink over there? Let's find the answer here.
Some famous brands had difficulty when they first entered certain countries. For example, in Peru, the most popular soft drink was and still is Inca Cola. Coca-Cola couldn't compete against Inca-Cola, so they bought the factory. Now, they produce Coca-Cola and Inca-Cola.
Now, what is the name of this most popular soft drink in Peru? It's Inca-Cola. Have you ever heard about the Inca-Cola? Looks like it's famous in Peru, but maybe not famous in other parts of the world. Now, let's take a look here. So, here we have famous some brands, some famous brands had difficulty, but did they stop there? No, they had to overcome this difficulty. How? Here in the example, in Peru, the most popular brand is for soft drinks, it's Inca-Cola. Now, Coca-Cola wanted to sell their product over there. So, what did they do? They bought the factory of Inca-Cola. Now, after buying the factory, they are producing both Inca-Cola, the ones that's popular over there in Peru, and Coca-Cola. So, what did they do? Did they stop when they saw the problem? No, they had to overcome. This is the idea of overcoming this problem. So they bought the factory, now they're producing both Coca-Cola and Inca-Cola. Now, let's take a look at this part. Here we have the word China in green. That means this part is going to talk about something in China. Now, I want you to find the answer for this question. Is Starbucks successful in China? Now, let's find the answer.
In China, people usually drink tea, but coffee is becoming more and more popular. There are about 4,800 Starbucks coffee shops in the country.
Now, what is the answer for this question? Is Starbucks successful in China? Yes, it is. It is successful in China. How did you know? Why did you say it is successful? Because there are about 4,800 only in China. This is a really large number for a number of coffee shops in one country, don't you think? So, but there was something in here in China. So China is famous of tea. They love drinking tea, Chinese tea, green tea, so they have kinds of tea. So at the beginning, maybe they thought, maybe it's going to be difficult to open a coffee shop in China since the people like tea more than coffee. But after opening the Starbucks over there, actually it looks like it was successful. Otherwise, why would they have 4,800 Starbucks coffee shops over there? Now, let's take a look at the next part here and let's find the answer for this question. What is another name for shawarma? So, this is shawarma, it's a kind of food, right? Now, I want you to know, I want you to find from the text. So, shawarma is an ethnic food, but it's famous where? Which part of the world? And let's find the answer for this. What is another name for shawarma? Looks like it doesn't have only one name. But what is the other one? Let's find it here.
In the past, most ethnic foods were just local. Nowadays, with globalization, ethnic foods are also becoming popular everywhere. Pizza is originally from Italy, but today there are over 78,000 pizzerias in the US, and the number is growing. Asian food is found in food courts everywhere. And one of the most popular Middle Eastern foods around the world is shawarma, which is sometimes also called doner.
Now, what is the other name of shawarma? Doner. This is the other name for shawarma. Now, let's take a look here. Where are the names of the countries? Here we have Italy, we have US, but in the text, what did they say about Italy? So they said pizza is originally from Italy. So it is an international food, but originally it was from this place. So long time ago, it was an ethnic food, but not anymore. Now it's international food. Now, what did they say about the US here in the text? So there are over 78,000 pizzerias in the US. So this huge number is a number of the pizzerias only in the US. Do you think this is a huge number or a normal number for pizzerias? I think it's a huge number. But what is the meaning of pizzeria? So here you can find it in the text. Pizza is originally from Italy, but today there are over 78,000 pizzerias. So now, did you find the meaning of the word pizzeria from the context? So looks like it is related to pizza, right? From the word and from the context. So pizzeria, it's the place where they're making the pizza. The restaurants that are famous of making pizzas, it's called pizzerias. Now, let's take a look here. Now, I asked you about this ethnic food, the shawarma. So where is it famous? It's from where? So here, the most popular Middle Eastern food around the world is shawarma. It is the most famous Middle Eastern. So Middle Eastern, that means it's famous in the Middle East. So it is shawarma. And the other name for shawarma is doner. Now, here I did highlight the word globalization. Did you find the meaning of the word globalization from the context? Let's read. In the past, most ethnic foods were just local. So that means local, it's from the same country. Nowadays, with globalization, ethnic foods are also becoming popular everywhere. So that means globalization, it's not only about one place. It's something becoming popular everywhere. This is the meaning of globalization. And here we found also the meaning of pizzeria from the context. Now, let's take a look here. So the meaning of globalization, a situation in which something becomes similar in all parts of the world. The food globalization made pizza an international food. But actually the beginning of the word globalization, it's from the word globe. As you can see here in the picture, you know this is planet Earth, right? So this is a globe. Globalization, it means the situation where something becomes international instead of something local. Like the pizza, it was local food. It was only for Italy, but now it's an international food. How about this one here? Pizzeria. I want you to take a look at this video of this pizzeria. So what did you see in the video? Did they bake something other than the pizza in this oven? Looks like it's a special kind of oven just for pizzas, right? So a pizzeria is a restaurant that sells pizza. Like this here. This pizzeria makes the best pizza. So we found the meaning of globalization and pizzeria from the context. We guessed the meaning and we did confirm the meaning of the words from looking for the meaning over here. Now, let's take a look. We are going to have this discussion. You are going to have dinner in a good restaurant with a group of students in your class. Discuss what to eat. Now, when you sit in the restaurant, what is the first thing that you're going to do? You're going to check the menu. Look at this menu. There are lots of options. Now, do you remember the menu I did show you before about Sarah's kitchen menu? So there were sections for each there were sections in the menu. Something for appetizers, main dishes, salads, and next to each dish, there's a small description or something as notes. Like in the coffee, next to the word coffee, there's a cup. And next to the word juice, they have a bottle. And next to the water, also a bottle. So that means you're ordering a cup of coffee, a bottle of water. This is how they serve it to the customers. Now, if you're going to the restaurant with a group of your friends, and are you going to all choose the same things? So looks like you're going to have different opinions or different preferences from the menu. Now, for me, I can check the menu. It depends on the time of the day. I can have breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or just having a snack with a coffee. right? So it depends on the time and depends on your preferences. Each one of you will have a different order. So how about, and just like the conversation I did show you before, I can order a cheesecake with a cup of coffee, and that's it. I can order a meal. So if you're ordering the meal, how are you going to order? I'll have a cheesecake. I'll have a steak. I'll have, and then the waiter can ask for more details. How would you like your steak? I can say medium rare. How would you like with the main, what would you like with the main dish? Would you like baked potato or a salad? So these are options for you to choose from. Now, what did we do in today's lesson? We answered questions about the text, and we did list international food from the text. Now, do you remember some of the international food from the text? Like what? Like burger, pizza, ice cream. All of these are international food. It was before special for a place in the world, but not anymore. Now, because of globalization, it is called international food. Now, for your homework, what are you going to do? List 4 international food from the text. I want you to read the text and list 4 international food here. I did write the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 kinds of food as international food. And we are going to check the answers together in the next lesson. Thank you, my dear students, and I will see you in the next lesson.